This week's Torah portion is Tavo, and in it Moses continues summarizing for the people the laws and the situation that they will face when they enter the land of Israel. In order to provide them with the appropriate religious faith and inspiration for settling the land, Moses, upon God's command, reminds the people of the blessings that the people will feel when they settle the land and when they follow in God's ways. And Moses tells them of all the curses that will befall them if they neglect to follow in God's ways. Now, reading that long list of curses, which traditionally on Shabbat morning when it is read from the Torah reader does so in a very low tone and very quickly, so as not to focus too much attention on the curses. In the context of the time from when it was given by Moses, we can understand the graphic detail of these curses. The people were used to miracles happening in their midst, and God actively involved in their lives almost every day. As they were wandering through the desert, God's Spirit was in front of them as a cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. Around the Mishkan, the portable tabernacle, God was there on top in a cloud. They were used to God's presence among them. But 3,000 years later, reading these curses, we ask ourselves, is this really true? Will blessings really befall us if we follow in God's ways, and curses befall us if we neglect to follow in God's ways? And if it's not true, then how do we understand this portion and the blessings and curses? Instead, I see it in the following way. I don't read all of the Torah literally, especially a section like this describing blessings and curses. I rather understand it in a broader context of the feeling that each one of us will have if we feel confident that we are doing the right thing or if we do the wrong thing. People of conscience feel good when they do good things, and there's a pit in their stomach when they know they have done something wrong. It is that feeling, I think, that is that the blessings and curses serve as a metaphor for that feeling that we have within ourselves when we know that we are doing the right thing, when we know that we follow in God's ways. And so it is that thought, as we read the portion this week, we hope and pray that we feel God's presence among us, and that we always feel that we are striving to do the right thing. Shabbat Shalom.